So early on in the expansion, we made fun of Priest. Haha, Priest and all that. Well, who's laughing now? Priest might actually be, at the time being, tier 1. And so we're jumping on the bandwagon with the typical Resurrect quest Priest. I'm using most of the same cards as the Resurrect Priest with one notable tech option, Archivist Elysiana, because I've noticed that Resurrect Quest Priest versus Resurrect Quest Priest goes down to fatigue. In that fashion, it's a lot like Control Warrior versus Control Warrior. So if you're going up in the mirror, if you have Elysiana, you're going to win that game. So I think it's only a matter of time before everyone puts an Elysiana into their deck. But until then, staying just one step ahead of the curve is pretty good. The Madman! Question. Is it an OTK deck? Or is it an aggro deck? I think if it's a aggro deck, I want Ziliac Psycho Pump. But if it's an OTK deck, you want the big effects. So aggressively Mulligan because this deck's pretty good against aggro red. They didn't play anything turn 1, so it's probably an OTK deck. So I'm going to just hold off on the Activate the Obelisk to bait.
Reporting for duty.
It's kind of dumb, but when they don't see the quest, they're more likely to hit you.
I'm gonna win big.
Looks like it is a control deck. Volpera Scoundrel is a little bit unusual in an OTK deck. Maybe it's Highlander Paladin? Ah! You were tricked! I was thinking about waiting even longer, but I'll just do it now. Anyways, we got the big card against control. Slash value slash OTK, which is holy! Okay.
This might hurt.
Well, that's the fastest you'll ever be able to their Exploding Gallery.
A good explorer comes prepared.
Technically could be faster if they point out Nosdrome, I suppose.
Reporting for duty.
Maybe not. Bash once double hoof? Might have been pretty good.
Reporting for duty.
Roll him! Should I use the coin in any other way than advancing my quest right now? With the coin, I can do a 9-drop and a heal at some point. I think I'm not going to use the coin to heal him, but it's worth considering.
I hope you like my invention.
Anyways, the opponent seems to be a value-oriented deck, which means I probably win that game.
Reporting for duty. Move quickly.
We've got the quest next turn. That's where the majority of the value is at. Awesome value, yeah. Okay, complete the quest. Nice. Get her done.
Your tale ends here.
This quest is so much value.
Light.
Is this deck the new Control Warrior? No, because Control Warrior is actually still doing pretty alright. But it is definitely an alternate value deck.
Reporting for duty. Move quickly.
The anti-aggro tech.
Care to dance with death?
Tombs.
Yeah, the priest game plan from here is so nice and easy. Play one minion each turn to avoid like the big AoE such as Shrink Ray and Equality. I think the opponent's playing a Highlander deck also. Haven't seen any duplicates and I've seen some unusual cards.
I must move quickly.
Which means there aren't going to be that many Shrink Ray effects. Which means there's not that much big AoE removal in that deck, probably.
Reporting for duty.
Hold
Follow the rule.
Oh. Still good.
Dance till you're dead.
Greetings, fellow humans.
We chillin'.
This might hurt. Reporting for duty.
As a priest, you're just like the puppet master. You're holding this opponent and it's like, dance, opponent, dance. I'm just going to win eventually with the quest, but until then, dance. You have no chance, but dance anyways. Of course, the Batterhead is insane, especially when buffed. Go. Go. Oh. This one hit face? Yes. We'll spread the love.
Dance till you're dead.
Value machine is going.
Tombs.
Your magic shall not save you.
Finally, the silence. It's like, okay, I guess you've resurrected enough.
Reporting for duty.
I guess.
Smash! Smash!
Or let's just kill everything and go face with everything. You need to go. I'm going to play around everything by not playing anything, because I'm winning enough already. Dance, puppet, dance! I can play nothing and still outvalue you, because I have this button. Do I think this deck is tier 1? I think that currently we might be in a meta where there is a rotating tier 1, and things will stabilize after a bit. This deck is very strong because it's so good against aggro.
I see a vision in this.
And while this first game is not against aggro, it shows that it's also got a very strong value game.
The victory is yours.
So now, you might see the deck's true power up against Warrior, which tends to be an aggressive deck. Keep Hysteria and Infiltrator. I don't agree with the Hysteria. I agree with the Infiltrator though. No, got the Hysteria back. We'll figure out if it's actually good.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
I think I want the opponent to hit me. So I wonder if the best move is to play the quest. I mean, if you're the opponent, you actually don't attack here. But at the same time, it would be tough for me to not play this.
That was an
They realized! Because the next chance for me to play it would be exactly on turn 3, with playing it and then heal. Oh, we're up against Inkar draw. That's the card where if Pirate Warrior draws, they always win. But will they win this game? Quest Priest, yo. And we've got a very strong anti-aggro hand with 2 infiltrators, a mass hysteria, the water bearer, and the Cartoon defender. Maybe we can actually beat Inkar on 3.
Someone's gotta lead the charge. Pirates away! Pirates away!
Trust the pirate's code.
Huh, good thing I have mass hysteria. Well, you were right.
Job done.
Treasure? Loot?
Oh, it's the Horde Pillager Inkar opening. What an insane opening! But it's okay, because we're going to win this one, right? I'm thinking, do I go water, or do I go infiltrator? It's infiltrator here. Imagine the perfect Inkar opening. You know, into the guy who, into the girl who gives you the Inkar again, and then still losing. I feel like I can still win. We can still win this. R2.
Tombs. Trust the pirate's code.
No tomb can hold me! No tomb can hold me!
Okay, I guess we can't beat the God Drill. Well, that's a really good hand against aggro. I think I want the quest because of its control warrior. I do want to have the quest. I don't think it's terrible against Pirate Warrior either. I just happen to lose against the insane Inkar draw. Kind of. I think there's not much you need to master spell against Warrior. Probably the spookiest. Silence! Hey look, they didn't draw Inkar. It's a free win! It makes little sense to fake that you don't have the quest since almost all priests are quests. True, but there's also no cost. So, in case they misplay because the quest isn't out here, and if I absolutely don't, you know, if there's no downside to me not playing the quest, I'll slow roll the quest, because why not? It's a free roll that they might make a mistake because they don't see it.
Someone's gotta lead the charge.
I don't think the 2/6 taunt lined up well against these two minions.
The fires of vengeance burn bright.
Man, when Pirate Warrior doesn't draw Inkar, they really look like they suck. This was their double Sky Barge. Hey look, it's Inkar. That's okay on turn 6.
The blade be thirsty.
I find your deck hysterically weak. Oh, 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 oh.
and plunder.
Pirates away!
I feel like another Cartoon Defender. That's really good. Guy Raider.
Care to dance with death?
Our tombs. Trust the pirate's code.
Imagine replacing Inkar. Nice. Make sure you kill Katrina. Yeah, Katrina is too scary. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Oh no. Oh. Alright, here we go. For Legend, it's Priest versus Priest, but I automatically win the game because I put a card in this deck that cheats the game 100% in my favor. All of this entire game is a formality up until then. Let's play the game. But know this, silly Priest, I have already won the game because I have a special card up my sleeve. Okay, whatever. I don't think it's worth using the coin for it when it could just get removed. I'll save this coin.
Greetings, fellow humans.
So I actually have a little bit of practice in this matchup. You do kill that because the opponent hits you with it and then heals you.
The end begins. Fellow humans.
So it is bad to not have any tempo in this game. I just didn't happen to draw any of my early game minions. So I'm going to be fighting from behind this game.
Tombs.
The good news is, the early mid part of the game, it's really hard to actually lose. So we're going to hope that we don't actually lose.
Tombs. This might hurt.
Interesting. One of the cards is... Wait, why silence? Oh, I see.
Smash.
Can catch up a bit on this quest here. Early game for a priest versus priest is really strange.
Thirsty. Fellow humans. Unity, precision, perfection.
Okay, so mass hysteria. How does it do here? I don't want this to exactly attack. Oh, I want this to attack first. Actually, really hard to have a good hysteria result there.
The end begins. This might fellow humans.
Quickly.
I think we're both currently being bottlenecked on the quest right now, so using the coin to proceed on the quest is good. Even though later on I could mass resurrection coin, use the superhero power. It's nice, but maybe a bit impractical. That's the desired outcome, but there was a few things to think about, like, is that the best move I could have done?
Care to dance with death?
Infiltrators make the board very complicated.
Fellow humans.
I'll poke. Even though I mentioned that the important part of this game comes down to me having Elysiana, if you misstep too hard early, you can lose before Elysiana is played.
All right, who's thirsty?
Yeah, let's just play that.
This might hurt.
I think I'm willing to throw the first one down here. It's good to play it while they have something, so the Plague of Death doesn't hit everything. I don't agree with Kara's way of thinking that this is the last resort spell. I think in this matchup, you play Mass Resurrection when your opponent has stuff on the board. That the Plague of Death is not a free roll against your Mass Resurrect. Usually you have like 2 Plague of Death to counter 2 Mass Resurrection, but if you play your Mass Resurrection, well, you have stuff on the board. Then, cool.
Our tombs. Smash!
I think I may have forgotten to attack face. That doesn't really matter much. Whatever.
Greetings.
Good to know that I had 1 damage, because it means I can take out one of these.
All right, who's thirsty?
I wonder.
Wow! Wow.
Our home, our tombs. Unity, precision, perfection, primitive.
So I've still got my 2 Plague of Deaths to just counter their 1 Mass Resurrection at this point. I'm over Plague of Deaths right now, which means I can afford to, you know, go weak on a certain turn, which is going to happen when I draw Breath of the Infinite or Mass Hysteria. And I'm going to have a turn where I don't play a minion. So those are probably the times where I'm going to go weak, and then I'll catch up with Plague of Death. And then the other Plague of Death is for their 2nd Mass Resurrection. They still have 2 Plague of Deaths. So basically neither of us is in danger of dying anytime soon.
The end begins. This might hurt.
The opponent did waste one of their deck slots on Silence of all cards. They're gonna have 1 less value card than me. Their tech card is Silence, my tech card is Alessiana. Might be what it came down to. I haven't seen any batter heads. I think most priests do run 2 of them, but some really weird priests don't. And you know, some people run 2, Mass Dispel, Death, Pain. There's a few things here and there that you don't know whether or not they run.
Well played.
Well played.
Tombs.
Are they out of answers for me already? What do you do if you run Seance? I'll just have a better Alessiana than them. I guess there is one thing you can do, like keep being ahead on tempo, and then only play Alessiana if you're tied or slightly behind. We didn't actually get to the end game. I'm surprised that the opponent threw in the towel that fast, but I don't know, maybe they had to go, maybe they knew they lost. Who knows? But we did it! Legend, and with the tech card, I guess they knew somehow that I was going to win. Who knows?